What's up, Landon? All right, this thing is working and we are live. For the first time ever, I'm going to go live on Teacher's Pets here to try to do some Photoshop. Now, I'll have to tell you guys, I am not a professional at this at all, so bear with me. But I'm going to try a couple things here. I'm going to do some PopArt first. I'm using Adobe Photoshop CC 2018. I already have all my pictures I'm going to be using. So I've already gotten all those. First picture I'm going to use is one of me about a year and a half ago when hiking on the Appalachian Trail. Did about 32 miles. Spent a couple nights out there in the mountains. It was awesome. All right. First thing I'm wanting to do is change this picture. On a Mac, they always talk, if you watch anybody do these types of videos, they say right click. On the Mac, you're going to want to just hold Control and click there on my layer, and I'm converting to a smart object. All right, from here I'm going to go up to Images and Adjustments, and I'm going to Threshold to the side, and then I can move the layer, which will kind of darken and lighten it. Now in the other video, he says, oh, I'm always at 75 or 80. Never just use the numbers they give you. It's on a scale, so always kind of go back and forth to what's best for your picture. I'm going to keep going a little darker right there. Okay? This next part that we're going to do, now that we got our threshold where we want, the other video that we showed in class shows getting rid of things in the background. I'm not going to get rid of anything just because I have my white shoulder, and if I start deleting this, then the whole thing's going to turn white, and then it's going to look like I have no shoulders at all. So I'm going to leave the background, so I'm skipping that step. If you were going to do that, you would just add a new layer right here, and then you would use lasso, and you would lasso parts that you don't want, and then you would just fill them with a white background. But I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to skip that step. I'm going to move straight in to adding another layer, and I'm going to go to New Adjustment Layer. I'll go down here to Gradient Map. Click OK. I'm going to click on my color bar right here, and then I'm just going to work with these here on the bottom. All right. With the black, I don't want the picture to be black, so I'm going to double click, and I'm going to go up to more like a charcoal. All right. I'm okay with that. It's a good charcoal. Hit OK, and then I'm going to go over to the white, and this is where I'm going to add my color that pops. Okay, so you see, click on the colors here. Can get a little red, could go blue, greens. If I say a wrong color, don't judge me. I'm colorblind. I'm doing the best job I can here. All right. Yesterday I said blue and it was purple. I apologize. All right. So I believe that's blue. To me, it's blue. So I'm going to go ahead. I like that. I'm going to hit OK. So that's a pretty good pop art. We're going to do one more thing, just a little extra to this pop art. We're going to add a little texture in the background. So we're going to add one more layer, head up to Layer, and we're going to go to Fill New Layer. And we're going to go to Pattern. All right, inside Pattern, we're going to hit OK. And we have some different patterns here that we can use. In the other video, they talk about going to Texture Fill 2, which I agree they're pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do Texture Fill 2, but you have all those other ones you can choose from. Just be careful. Any textures that come in that are colors, they're going to kind of straight. So this kind of black and white or grayish scale, it's going to be good. Thanks, Landon, for approving that's blue. I was nervous there for a second. All right. I'll go in here and click. You know, I'm kind of liking that one. Let's see how that turns out. So let's check the scale here real fast. If it's too small and you can barely see the design, yank the scale up and it gets bigger. Now, clearly right there, that's way too big. Way too big. I want to get right in that area. I can see the texture just right. All right, so hit OK. Now my texture is on top of all my other photos. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to click, and I'm going to go to multiply. What this is going to do is kind of combine all the images together, and I'll actually be able to see my layers behind. So my layers in the back have now come forward, okay? And hey, what's up, Massey Do? And I am going to, I like this texture, it looks good. The only problem is the texture kind of overtakes the pop art. So I'm going to kind of blend it back a little bit, and what I mean by that is I'm going to go the opacity. Same thing as transparency. I'm going to kind of cut it back, make it almost a little invisible. Cut back on it a little bit. Right there. Gives me some texture, gives me a pop art. I could do probably 2 or 3 more of these and make like a little collage. And this would actually look really good if I had a blue one, a yellow one, and stuff like that. The part where I did the charcoal, I like that, but you could do another color. So you could have like 2 colors in there. You can add a whole bunch of different stuff in there. This is what I feel comfortable with now and what I think looks good, so that's what I'm going to stick with. I'm going to do one more for you guys and move a little bit quicker through this one. To save this, okay, I got a lot of students going to File, Save, or stuff like that. You don't want to do that. That saves it into Photoshop. Let's export it so we can share it on Instagram or wherever we want to share it, text messages, whatever. So we want to export it. I go to Export As, and you're going to see up here in the top left, it's going to say a JPEG. And that's exactly what I want to save it as. Let it load real quick and hit Export. Now I'm going to save it on my desktop. Probably not the best place to save it, but for right now, so I can airdrop it to myself real quick, have it on my phone, and then I'll delete it from my computer. Save that there, so boom. Got that. I'm going to go ahead and close out of Photoshop now. Get my second picture ready, which you guys are going to like. It's my son. All right. Open Photoshop again and drag my son in here. This is my next pop art I'm going to do. I'm going to move a little faster on this one. Remember, my 2-finger click is Option click. Change it to a smart object. I'm going straight up to Image, Adjustments, Threshold. Woo! All right, need to lighten this one up big time. Now, I'm focusing on his face. That's the main part I want to pop. Not the background, anything. His face is the main part we're going to want to pop. I'm going to keep going lower. Remember in the other video it says 70s. All right. I'm just going to kind of test these all out and see which one I like. I'm going to be honest, I'm not liking any of these. Thanks, Landon. I may try to do a collage and show you guys and post it on Instagram or something. You see as I'm getting lighter there, you can see his eyes and stuff a lot better. The problem with this photo, I took this photo months ago before I even knew how to do this. The problem is I should have had like some type of lighting behind him to light it up. There's too many shadows and stuff, and that's what's causing the dark look. This one, I'm afraid, guys, is not going to turn out that good. Because by the time, that's about as good as I'm going to get right there. So notice I was just playing, going back and forth till I find it exactly where I like. Okay. I'm going to hit OK. This is another picture where if I start deleting background, because his head is white, it will blend in and you won't be able to tell where his head starts and where it begins. So I'm going to have to leave this background here and just kind of focus on his face. It pops a little bit. This isn't the best picture. I needed better lighting on his face if I want it to be really good. But it is what it is. We're going to keep moving forward. So I'm going to skip the layers in the lasso part where I'm filling and deleting stuff, and I'm going straight into layers, new adjustment, and going down to gradient. Hit OK. All right, click on the slide bar here. And remember, I'm going to show you, I'm going to do the charcoal black again. But I will go back when we're all done, and I'm going to change that up for you guys so you can see how that looks. So hit OK. Now I'm going to go over here to the white one, double click. That's where I get to go in and do my color. There it is. I think I did blue last time. Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe a little, I believe that's light green or yellow. I'm close, I know. I'm pretty sure it's light green. Well, you can help me out again, Landon. I appreciate that. I'm going to go ahead and hit OK. I'm okay with that. I think that looks good. That's going to pop. Next thing is adding that texture on top. So again, I'm going to go to layers, and I'm going to add a new fill layer pattern. Hit OK. Now see how that's real small. I want to make it a little bigger, so where I go in with my scale and bring that in a little bit to about right there, maybe just a little bigger. There are plenty of other things in here that you could use. Look at all these. You can always hit the settings and go through and do all types of stuff. There's grayscale. Let's see what it looks like. I'm not feeling that one, guys. Not feeling that one. I need like some pattern, some type of texture. That's why these textures do a really good job. I've seen a lot of people wanting to look at the rock ones. Let's check those out. There may be, Massey, a button that does that. I mean, I'm going to show you here. You can add. I'm just playing with 2 different colors on that gradient. I can add like 5 or 6, and I can make it vary from one end of the color scale all the way to the other. I'll try to mess with that here in a second. I may not add more than 2, but I'll show you how you can deal with more colors than just that charcoal and one color. All right. See how these have some color in them? They're just not going to work the best. So I'm going to go back to those textures, guys. Let's try this one. All right. Now, remember, this layer is on top down here. All these layers are below it. So we need to make this layer multiply so that it will kind of blend in with everything below it. Hit that, blends in, and then that texture is just taken over too much. So hit that opacity, bring it down. I mean, I bring it way down sometimes, guys. Not 0. 13, I could go a little more. I like how that texture almost matches the kind of this texture that's in the couch in the background a little bit. And I think I picked a good texture. That's too dark. Again, I'd rather be too light than too dark. Play with that. All right, I'm liking that right there. Notice I'm at 12 opacity. It's your choice on what you're doing there, but my suggestion is the lower the better for me personally. All right, let's go back and look at that gradient. So I'm going to click on the gradient down here, click here. Massey, this is the part you were wanting to see. Massey, I can actually add more of these boxes down here. I've never done that before, but I know you can do it. I'm going to double click here, and I'm going to change it from like that black charcoal. Let's add another color in there, and you can see, boom, there pop. Doing the rainbow effect you could do, you would just have to add, you'd have to go, this is either purple or red. I'm thinking I thought it was purple, but this is probably red, right? Hit OK, and then there is a way to add another one. And oh, I just clicked. There you go. I could double click here. Let's bring in another color. All right. Okay, let's try out another one. So here we're gonna blue, and then before, I believe that was light green over there on the other side. I'm gonna get a yellow in there. You see, I can bring in different colors. Probably not the best one to use, huh? Blends in too much. Let's throw something else in there. Let's throw something dark in there. Ugh, not liking it. Not liking that. I'm going to go lighter again. So I can add different stuff. I choose to go with the charcoal and the color. That's all I want my students really focusing on. If they want to do some extra stuff here, that's fine. And that's how you would do it. All right. Remember, I'm not going to save this. I'm actually going to export it. I'm going to export as. What's up, Ethan? Or no, they're saying hi to Ethan. Noah, what's going on? Oh, the merch, man. The hoodies are coming in Monday if you ordered a hoodie. And the lanyards, I got 50 lanyards still ready to go, guys. They're right here. $2. You're not going to get a lanyard cheaper than that. All right? I've been at the stores, Walmart, everywhere. This is $7, $8, $10 a lanyard. These are custom teacher's pets, $2. Not those Logan Paul prices. This is Mr. Payne prices. All right, so I'm going to finish this export. I'm going to throw it on my desktop. I'll delete it after I airdrop it to my phone, post it on Instagram, Snapchat. I post some of my son's stuff on Facebook for people to see. So I'll put his name here. So, no, that's his. Export that. That goes straight to my desktop. I'm going to close this out. Show you guys a couple more examples of what I did with PopArt. Here's another one of my hiking ones. This was when I was down at the river. You see there I kept the texture in the background quite a bit there. I didn't opacity a lot there. Oh, this is one of my favorite friends, Mel. That's what I call her. Her name's Melanie. Let me see if I can get you guys. Ooh, little action there. And then here's some more pictures of Axton. Now this one I left the background. This one I cut the background out. So do you see where like you can't see where his head's ending? I don't really like that. So I prefer to keep the background if I have to. But anything that I can get rid of, I usually get rid of it. Those are kind of my examples. Here's one more I did of X and Me. I love that one personally. That one's like one of my favorites. Landon, what do you mean? Can I like just have the face turn colors? Yeah, you can do that. You know the part where I was talking about you add a layer and then you do the lasso? You would actually create the lasso where you want, and then you would go up to File, that adjustment layer, and then you would go in there and it would just change that lasso. As long as that lasso was still highlighted, it would do it. You want me to try it real quick? I mean, we can try it. Let's throw a picture in. Let's throw this one back in. All right. First thing, change the picture to Smart Object. Sorry if I'm clicking the mouse too hard, guys. I get excited. All right. Then I do my adjustment threshold. Bring that down. I'm not going to get perfect with this one. All right. So what you do here is do File. No, sorry. Layer New. Do a new layer. And then say OK. Go up here and get the lasso. And what I can do is, I'll try this. I'll try just to do my body. Now I'm not going to do this perfect. Like if I was really doing this, I'd take my time. I'm just going to kind of go around to, I think this will work. This is what you were asking. Can I do just a certain section? Sorry, I'm rushing. All right, so you see the lasso around it. Now I'm going to do that layer, new adjustment layer, gradient map. Hit OK. Double click here. Okay, so now do you see the stuff inside the lassos changing color? So I got the red now. I didn't do charcoal black. Hit OK. Go over here to the white. Add like a yellow in there or something. So you can do just selected areas, and that's how you would do it. So if you don't want to have the whole picture. Does that kind of answer your question and help you out? Let me know in the comments. Hope you guys are enjoying this. I'm going to get out of this. I'm not even going to save it. That's kind of cool. I may try some more pictures with that. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to show you one. I've only done this twice. I hope I can do it. I remember all the steps. If I don't, I apologize, all right? All right. This one is called double exposure. I'm actually going to take my picture and I'm going to cut some stuff out, and I'm actually going to be able to slide like a city or a landscape behind the picture, and you're going to be able to see both, and it's going to kind of show through. It's going to look cool. It's going to look just like this right here. This is the example I did. This is downtown St. Louis where the fountains are on Market Street. So that's what I'm going to try to do with this picture, and I got another city picture Here I'm going to slide in the background. I'm not going to do that yet. If you watch the video, double exposure video in Google's Classroom, it's going to have you add both right away. You don't have to. I like to wait. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my head out, just my body. Okay, that's the only part I want. So if you go up here, this is the quick selection tool. All right, and what you do is you click and hold and you push. And it's going to start highlighting stuff. Okay. I'm just going to go around my hat there, my ear, push that out, try to get the t-shirt. So this tool, there's some coding involved that helps do this process pretty quick. You'll notice I went outside my body and stuff. That's easy. Don't worry about that. If you hold down Option on the keyboard and then click the mouse, you can actually minus and bring it back. That's my favorite part of this. Because you can kind of be sloppy at first just to get the initial thing. Go back and straighten it up. So I'm going back, straightening it up here. A little too much there. Push it out a little bit more. Right there. Then of course I got to bring this part in. Alright. From here, I want to do a copy. So Command C. Make sure you click over here and do a Command V paste. And you will notice layer 1 down here in the bottom is just the part that I highlighted and selected. It is not the background. The background is gone. So I'm going to get rid of this background layer just so you can see. Background's gone. It's just me now. Now, I do want to add that white background. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here and click this button. That's going to add a new layer, an empty layer. I want to drag that layer behind my face. Okay, so I want the white behind it. I'm going to hit this. It's like it's a circle. Half of it's filled, half of it's not. I'm going to go up to solid color and brings up the coloring. I'm going to go to white and hit OK. So now I have a white background and then me that's been cut out. Now this is the part where I get to drag the city in. This is actually a lot easier than you think it would be. Take the city, drag it in. Notice this is really small. What I want to do is I want to drag and make it bigger. Now, if you can see this, you're like, Mr. Payne, you talk about this all the time in class. Those pixels are terrible. I know they are, but hit enter. Clears it up. See that? So it's all cleared up. Now, I actually have it behind my face. I want to put it in front of my face. All right? And what I want to do here is I want to go instead of normal, where we've done multiply before, let's do screen. And it kind of goes through there. That's kind of a cool look that you can do. I really like double exposure. It's a lot of fun. It's actually not that hard. The hardest part was cutting myself out. And with that smart selection, it makes it easy. Just don't forget when you highlight too much, hold down Option and click, and you can bring it back. All right. Now, there's some more that you can do to this. You can actually go ahead and click the eraser. And then we're going to go up here to the brush. We're going to make it super soft. See this 30? It's perfect. And then I can mess with the size. And then what I do is just check over here. All right, so I need a little bigger than that. Notice how it's like 200, 300, 400, and then boom, all of a sudden in the thousands. It jumps really fast there at the end. Just a little bigger than 400, not 1,000. 800 is good. I got a super soft brush, so what this is going to do is the center of the brush is going to be hard. It's going to make something really clear really fast. But the outside of the circle, or towards the outside of the circle, it's going to bring it in really slow. You'll see here in a second. I'm going to hit close that. And I'm going to erase this island. That's the layer I'm on, so it's the part that's going to get rid of. I'm bringing my hat back in the picture. So let me just click. See how it really brings in the center, but then as you go to the outside of the circle, it's kind of faded. That's what that soft brush does. And if you just click and keep rubbing, it will bring it in. I'm going to bring my hat in. I'm going to make my ear really soft. And now I'm going to get like my shirt, make it really down here. Same over here. Just bring things in really soft. Maybe bring a little bit of my face in. That's too much. Too much pain. So see, I can bring back a little bit of my face so it kind of fades. I think that's the best look, honestly. I think that's really good for me, not being a professional, just a little computer teacher that runs a small YouTube channel here at Pattonville Heights. I think it looks pretty good. It's something I can post on Instagram, share with my students, stuff like that. Remember, it's File, Export, Export As, and save it as a JPEG, guys, so that you can use it. If you just save it in Photoshop, you can't share it or do anything because it's just going to pull it up in Photoshop. You got to export it. Export that. Get a little TP pic. Send that there. Hey, don't forget, I still got lanyards, Teacher's Pets lanyards for sale, $2. You can come check me out in room 230. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Hope you can get a lot out of it. Good luck. If you're interested in the stuff that I'm doing, make sure you take Digital Media 1. We do all types of this stuff the entire semester. Hope you guys enjoy. Teacher's Pets, we're out. We will catch you guys later.